Hey, I am so glad that you could make it in today. How have you been? That's good to hear. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad that that's been going well. So you've been getting out a little bit more. Okay. I love to hear that. Have you been spending more time with friends? Good. That's really good. Okay. Well, I think based on where we left off last time, something that you're really seeking in your life right now is direction, trying to figure out how to improve yourself, what way you should go in life, maybe some aspirations for your future. Okay. So I think what I'd like to do today is ask you some questions that are going to help you think about your life and maybe some things that you want to reflect on and change, okay? Yeah. So, as always with this, if any of these questions get a little bit painful, if you need to take a break, you just let me know, okay? Because some of them can definitely bring up some sensitive topics, and I don't want you to get too uncomfortable while we're going through this, even though sometimes that discomfort can help us work through things, okay? All right. So if you just want to settle in and get nice and comfortable, we will start. First off, just in a few words, how would you describe yourself? The first words that come to mind. You kind of get tongue-tied. Okay, it's all right. You can think. Okay. That's really good. Okay. Yeah. I love that you're focusing on positive qualities. That's really good because you have a lot of positive qualities, and I think when we had started a few months ago, you might have picked some of the ones that you see as negative, so that's a sign of growth. All right, very good start here. Question 2. Do you think your dreams are a reflection of something deeper within your mind? Okay, yeah. And can you explain a little bit more about that? So is that with just that type of dream in particular, or do you believe in the prophetic nature of all dreams? Okay. No, absolutely no judgment. No. Yeah. Very good. Okay. I'm sorry about some of the car noises and construction noises. How old do you feel? Okay, yeah. That's funny. And why did you say that? What makes you feel that age? Yeah. You've definitely lived quite a life already. That's for sure. So do you think that that is an advantage to you, or maybe a disadvantage that you feel older than you are? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's very wise. I think you're right that it could definitely be an advantage or a disadvantage, really depending on the situation. You might have been forced to take on responsibilities a lot earlier than you were ready to, but you're seen as somebody who is very capable. So I think there's a positive there, but also some challenges. Okay. Thank you so much. What are some things that you like to do but have not been doing? Some things you like to do but haven't been doing? Yeah. That's good. Now, unfortunately, why haven't you been doing that? What are your barriers to doing that activity? Okay. Understood. And I know we sometimes have to prioritize, and something even that we enjoy so much might have to take a back seat for a while, so I totally get that. Hopefully you can make time for that, though, in the near future, because I think that sounds like a really great activity. Let's see. How often do you zone out? Okay. And do you feel like that is because you're tired, you're not engaged with the subject, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's why I ask, because sometimes it can be a variety of reasons. It can be because you're overwhelmed by something else and you can't focus, or okay. Let's see. What are the things that make you feel scared? Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah. Phobias are fine too, even ones that you understand might be irrational. Everybody has those, I think. And what is something that you feel proud of? Yeah. That's really great. Okay. Along that same vein, what is something that makes you happy? If you think about it, it makes you happy. Like maybe in Peter Pan, when they have the happy thought that makes them fly. What would your happy thought be? Okay. That's sweet. That's really nice. Okay. Do you feel like you are an introverted person or an extroverted person? Yeah. Yeah, I thought I knew that answer already. And do you feel like that is a difficulty to you for any reason? Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that before. Definitely. Okay. What are some things that you are most thankful for? Maybe list three things that you're thankful for. Okay. Yeah. And 3? A-T-E, chocolate. I like that one. Okay. And who in your life are you most thankful for? If we could just narrow it down to maybe 3 or 4 people, but I know you might have a lot of people. Yeah. I thought so. It's great that you have that support system of people around you. These are the names that I keep hearing come up when we talk, as people that support you, really help you through your difficult times. So I love to hear that. Okay. Let's see. Some of these are repetitive, so I don't want to ask the same exact question. Okay, we'll change to behavioral type questions now. How do you show your emotions? How do you show anger typically? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, not everybody shows it outwardly. It's definitely valid. How about sadness? How do you show sadness? Okay. And happiness. How do you show others that you are happy, or how do you act when you're happy? Okay. Very good. Which everyday routine are you better off without? So something that maybe you find is a vice in your life that you would like to get rid of. Yeah, okay. No, I totally get it, because it's sometimes, excuse me, just get that. So it sometimes feels like at that point it's something that's trapping you. It's no longer something that serves you. You are beholden to that thing. So yeah, we can work on eliminating those behaviors and definitely making your life more pleasant. Let's see. What do you do when you feel lost? Okay. It's a difficult feeling to cope with. Okay. Good. And how well do you feel like you communicate with other people? Yeah. Okay. That's good. I think that's quite a change from the last time we did a similar survey. The communication issues were something that you struggle with in the beginning, so I think where your communication has improved and you have these relationships that you can rely on more now, that's definitely a sign of improvement. Okay. Do you generally eat healthy foods, and do you eat at appropriate times? Yeah, let me clarify, because appropriate times are not necessarily the same times for different people. It's just thinking, are you eating when you're hungry? Are you generally eating when it's mealtime? Things like that, like when you feel like you should be eating. Yeah. No, definitely. Gotcha. Okay. And do you feel like your work interferes with your personal life? Okay. No, that's pretty good. So work-life balance is very important. Okay, what are some activities that relax you? Specifically, can you list 3 activities that relax you? 1, 2, 3? Yeah, okay. And 2? Good. And 3. And how about, in the other vein, 3 activities, 1, 2, 3, that make you feel anxious? Good. Next. Yeah. And 3. Okay. Get that. What is a habit that you have that you would like to cultivate? Something that maybe you've started doing that you've really enjoyed or seen something improving your life? Okay, yeah. Good. Now, I know it took you a second, but that was a really, really good answer. So that's something that you'd like to continue doing and maybe build more time into your day to, or rather your schedule. We know we have the same amount of time in your day. Build more time in your schedule to pursue. Definitely. Okay, let me make a note of that because we'll want to talk about that more. All right. Okay, now here's some questions that will relate to possible future aspirations and goals. If you won the lottery today, how do you think you would be in 5 years? It's a different spin on the question. If you won the lottery today, how would you be in 5 years? Okay. Interesting. Okay. If there were no pay restrictions, there's no time restrictions, and no restriction on resources, what work would you like to do? So, what work would you like to do if there's no pay restriction, there are no restrictions on time or resources? Okay. No, I'd probably be a stay-at-home dog mom, so I'm not judging. All right. What is the best reality you wish for? So if you could imagine any reality for yourself, what is the best one you could wish for yourself? Okay. Okay. Now, why do you think that would be preferable to your present reality? Just to get a look in your head, not because I think you're wrong. Okay. Yep. Perfect. What do you think your future self would advise you of? Oh, okay, fascinating. That one's kind of hard because I feel like we're sort of projecting and thinking of things that we hope we're going to change in the future and thinking, oh, my future self will say I should have changed that earlier. I don't know. Okay, really good job with those. I'm going to look at some questions that might address growth. So, what makes something interesting to learn for you? Okay. Interesting, yeah. What is something that you really wish you were good at, but you feel like you are not? Something you really wish you were good at, but you feel like you're not? Yeah. Gotcha. And then something in your past that you regret the most. What is something in your past or an action that you've committed that you regret the most? Okay. Why is that? Yeah. Gotcha. Now when you think of that, action, do you think the more problematic part is that you didn't act and that you're worried about what could have happened? Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, just wanted to clarify. I kind of thought so there. What experiences improved your self-confidence? Experiences improved your self-confidence. Okay. Good. And what do you think could further improve your self-confidence? Yeah. That's great. What is a skill that you learned recently? Skill you learned recently? Oh, yeah. That's really fun. Did you do a class or? Oh, cool. So kind of self-taught through YouTube? Love that. Alright. And what is something that you plan to learn in the upcoming days or weeks? Oh, can you clarify? Very interesting. Alright. That's cool. Yeah, that gets really technical in there. I've never heard of that before. Fascinating. Okay. What is a difficulty that you anticipate encountering with this project in particular? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. And do you believe in the concept of love at first sight? Switching gears again, do you believe in the concept of love at first sight? Okay. And what does doing good deeds mean to you? Good deeds. Yeah. Okay. What do you think makes life meaningful? Good. What do you think makes something right or wrong? An action or a thought or... Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Do you think it's more black and white or do you think it's a spectrum? Depends. Gotcha. Which do you think is better, being the biggest fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond? What do you think inspires you? Oh, very good. How do you prioritize your goals? If you have competing goals and desires, how do you prioritize? Is that usually how it kind of divides itself? What you have to do for work versus what you want to do for... Yeah. Maybe there's a way we can help you find an even better work-life balance, because I get that. Okay. When do you feel the most motivated? Yeah. Okay. That's great. So you find motivation a lot of the time comes from your interactions with other people. That's great. Okay. And which methods help your motivation? So if you have a day where you really need to get something done, you're feeling very unmotivated, what can you do to help yourself feel more motivated? It's very hard, I know. Okay. Anything else? So that's been a bit of a struggle. Okay, good to know. We'll take a look at that a little bit more. What is something that makes you feel discouraged in pursuing your desires? Okay. Very good. And what are some things you do that make you lose track of time? Things that you get really absorbed in when you're working on them or researching or thinking about them? Yeah, that definitely seems like a strong interest of yours lately. I love that. Anything else? Okay. Thank you. Now, is there something that demotivates you? Something where maybe you actually are feeling pretty good, like you can do this today, and then this thing happens and you feel totally knocked out of that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that honesty. Appreciate it. And are there any particular opportunities in your life that you are on the lookout for, something you are hoping will happen that you can then not take advantage of, because that sounds like predatory, but something that you are hoping will happen to improve your life? Okay. Oh, win the lottery. Me too. I would absolutely love to win the lottery. Okay. And now I have a series of control questions that I'm just going to ask you. Pink or blue? Pink or blue? Okay. Inside or outside? Okay. Gold or silver? Gold or silver? Night or day? And let's see. Early morning or late night workouts, specifically for workouts? Yeah. And what time of day do you generally feel most productive? And how long do you feel like your attention span lasts at that time of the day? And what time of day do you feel like you are awake but least productive? Okay. And how long do you feel like you can get your attention span to last for that part of the day? Okay. Excellent. So, what I'm going to do, as usual, I'm going to look through your results here, some of the answers that you've given, and look for some trends in ways that we can help you get motivated to meet your goals and live a happy, healthy life, right? Because that's why we're here. Okay. But overall, I'm so glad that you've been doing well. It's really wonderful to see. I'm glad that you're getting into some more new hobbies, exciting things. So I'll look through this and then we'll take it from there in your next appointment, okay? Alright. Well, I will see you very, very soon. Definitely not as long as it was between the last couple appointments, okay? Alright. Well, I will see you out then. Shall we go? Alright.